have an epidemic, and I'm just going to be completely honest about what this is. It is girls that were not popular in high school that later become teachers that develop these little crushes on their students, crazy, and then they decide that they want to redo their high school years by becoming a student all over again, using the power that they have as a teacher. I have been seeing this time and time again because I've always tried to understand, why would a teacher, an adult, a married woman abuse a 15-year-old? Like, whenever you guys see these cases of the hot teacher, because a lot of times they are hot, okay? Brittany Zamora, I'm pretty sure that was her name. Brittany Zamora was hot. That's why it was so confusing. It was like, what are you doing, you dumbass? You know, whenever I see these teachers, I'm like, why would they do this? And honestly, it's just because they want to relive their teenage years. And that is entirely evident in the new case against two teachers, but this is really blown up because one of the teachers that is accused of sleeping with her students is actually Noah Beck's sister. Now, Noah Beck is a very, very popular TikToker, Instagram influencer. He's got like 5 million followers or something like that. I used to see this kid on my For You page all the time during the pandemic. Oh boy. You know what else is crazy about this? I don't know if Noah's gonna recover from this because your sister is a pedo, buddy. Let me take you into the depth of this case because this is crazy. And we're actually not gonna start with Haley Beck. We're gonna start with Angela. So there are two teachers involved in this, Haley Beck and then another one named Angela, how do I say her last name? Oh God. Angela Burlaka. And as soon as I got into this police report, we're gonna get into the text messages, which, by the way, I'm gonna be honest, I have seen lots of cases like this, unfortunately. I have never in my life seen text messages like what you are about to see. And some of you will think that it's funny. Some of you'll think a lot of things. But I think what's interesting about this is just how society is shifting. So the police had heard about these possible relationships. So first, they talked to one of the students, they talked to the teachers and whatever, and some of the first bit of information that they get is about Angela Burlaka. And this person said, Miss Burlaka was weird when this student started dating another student. When she would go to the bathroom, Miss Burlaka would ask her if she was going to hang out with the guy, her boyfriend. She asked her about the guy, the student, her boyfriend all the time. She thought it was weird, but Miss Burlaka was one of the first people to find out that she and her boyfriend were dating. She also heard that Angela Burlaka added multiple boys on Snapchat. It wasn't just her boyfriend. When she had heard that Burlaka had added her boyfriend on Snapchat, either freshman or sophomore year of high school, that was after a football game. So this teacher would go to football games and get in good with, the football team and then add them on Snapchat. I am 34 years old. And for the past 5 years, if anybody has asked me for my Snapchat, I would say, what the fuck are you doing on Snapchat? It's just never been for me. A teacher adding the football team on Snapchat? Oh, I'm sick. And this is what I mean about her she's cosplaying as a student. She's using her power as a teacher that makes her more unique and different to try to fit in to the school the way that she wished she had when she was younger. She is redoing her teenage years. This is going to get so much worse. So she also heard that Miss Burlaka added multiple boys on Snap. She texted him flirty shit, and her boyfriend was scared. She started sending lewd stuff and would tell him that her husband, she would start sending her boyfriend stuff and would tell him, quote, that her husband does not satisfy me enough. Yes, that's right. The teacher sent the child a message that said, my husband doesn't satisfy me enough. She would tell the teenage boy to come to her classroom early and not tell anybody. She did not hear this through her boyfriend, though. She heard this from people close to him at the time. She heard that the other students had received similar messages. She does not know who, and she's not the only one. So what is happening here is Allie is dating this guy. What should we call him? Mark? We'll say it's Mark. So Allie is dating Mark. Mark is another student, probably a football player, something like that. Well, Allie finds out that her boyfriend Mark used to talk to one of the teachers, Miss Burlaka. So while Mark is running game on Miss Burlaka talking about my husband doesn't satisfy me, Mark is like, yeah, bitch, keep sending me pictures. I have a girlfriend though that's actually my age. You're a weird bitch. So that is that's the first thing. So then this officer asks Allie about Miss Beck. Another teacher. She said, with Miss Beck, she's a weirdo. She's weird with all of her students. She's weird with all the high school boys. She's flirty and fixated on still being in high school. Holy shit, I said this, but I can't believe it's in the police report. Fixated on still being in high school. Everyone knows that. Other teachers have questioned her about it. Miss Beck has told them about the teachers questioning her. She has never liked Miss Beck. She had Miss Beck for psychology last year, first semester. Miss Beck used to text her boyfriend, Mark. She would text all the football boys, but specifically Mark. She would send him money and weird shit. She would ask Mark about her. She would ask him, what are you doing? He would respond with, I'm with blank, bro. Miss Beck would be calling him weird, responded. He would be rude to her and tell her she's being weird for texting him. The teacher was texting the student saying, what are you doing? What are you up to? Have you lost the fucking plot, bitch? Pick up a textbook and start pointing at the chalkboard. Am I showing my age there? I don't care. That's what I need you to do. And hear me out, guys. This is about to get worse. Allie never saw any freaky texts from Miss Beck. It would just be her sending him money or asking, what are you doing today? Let's go get food. Like she was trying to hang out with him. The teacher was texting the student, let's go get food. Miss Beck would snap like they were friends. She would get mad if Mark didn't respond. She would save photographs of him in Snapchat. She doesn't know if blank just looked good in the photos or what. You just saw one of the photographs of Mrs. Beck posing on a balcony. She had a tank top and pants in the photograph. She told Mark that Miss Beck was chasing him and that what she was doing was weird. Miss Beck is not all that. She does not have proof of this happening. She just knows that it was weird. There's actually so much in here that comes from a lot of the witnesses. Oh, wait, this is the one with John. This is a bit with an anonymous witness. I don't know what's in here. I'm just like reading it off the cuff. We'll see if there's anything interesting in here. I started the interview by building rapport with the witness. I obtained an initial interview about the witness to include that they graduated from blank this last year. I advised the witness that I heard that they had possibly witnessed or were involved in some capacity an incident at the school. The witness advised they knew of an investigation with Miss Beck and some things that happened during the school year. The things that they heard were just passed along and spread as rumors. The witness thought that they were just rumors, but when they heard there was an investigation, they were trying to figure out if the rumors were true. The first time they heard these rumors was their senior year of high school. They do not remember if it was second semester. They heard that Miss Beck and the other student, a football player named Blank, were close. They would go out to lunch and hang out outside of class. It was kind of weird. The rumors continued to spread. I don't have kids, but y'all know sometimes the mom comes out at me in these videos. If I had a son and you were getting lunch with my son as a teacher, I would lose my mind, dude. Oh my God. I would lose my mind so hard, bro. Eventually, Blank got a girlfriend and they heard from other students that this is Mark. So eventually, Mark got a girlfriend and they heard that from the other students that Miss Beck was upset about it. A couple of students saw Blank, Mark, and Miss Beck arguing outside of her class. Mark was saying, I have a girlfriend. Why are you worried about what I do? So he's talking about Allie, the first witness. Towards the end of the senior year, they heard that Miss Beck and Mark were doing sexual activities. A couple of the students said that there was a video going around too. They never saw the video themselves. No one knows who saw it, but from rumors, they heard it was Miss Beck giving him head. They do not know who the student receiving the head was, or if they are a student or were a student. They know that people thought the other party was a student. And now, there's a lot more here, but I'm gonna go to the text messages. So these are the text messages between Mark, the student that was having a relationship with Haley Beck, as well as Angela Burlaka. Haley said, want to grab food at 3? Mark said, I'm trying to go in and get tatted, so I'll let you know. Haley said, I have a small window before Post Malone, so just let me know. He ha-ha'd her message and said, I have to drive a total of 72 miles tonight. I am not thrilled. Haley sent a picture. The photo is of Haley taking a picture of her reflection in a mirror. She is clothed, wearing black boots, blue shorts, black sleeveless. So basically, she sends a selfie. The caption is, posty fit, check it. She said, 1 compliment gets you $5 of gas money. What is happening here is Haley sent a mirror photo of herself, of her outfit to go see Post Malone. Also, mind you, 15-year-olds don't give a fuck about Post Malone. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Post Malone is for us. We're old. So she sends her posty check. All he does is send a react emoji, just like a simple, like probably exclamation marks or something, to her photo. She doesn't get the validation. And so then she offers him money to compliment her. She said, 1 compliment gets you $5 of gas money. And he said, well, I'm gonna have to shell out 5 compliments. And she said, better start now. well, no, now they're forced and I don't want them anymore. Haley don't want to pay $20. He said, I think your boots are very fitting. They proportion well on your legs. I think your top is cute because of the fray, lacy look. I think the hat is fire. Okay, belt. I see that. And I like your hair straight. Boom. So now Mark wants $20. Haley said, was that hard for you to be honest? You should have seen me the last time I wore this shirt. This was tight on me. He said, crazy. Cough it up. She said, you you look good would have sufficed. Why the hell are you driving 72 miles tonight? Girl, you begged him for a compliment, offered to pay, and this will hit you back with a okay belt. He said, bro, because I have to go to this dumb youth camp. He said, youth camp! At North High, and then up to Anthem to sleep before I leave in the morning. She said, sleepover in Anthem? Don't forget to come get me, JK. He said, that is where I will be. She said, maybe. And she sent him $25 on Apple Pay. Compliments. The concert won't end until like 11ish. I would feel bad making you get me. And he said, yeah, I'll be asleep. She said, wah, okay. See you never. I was going to make you drive to get me some drunky snacks. She sends a photo of 2 twisted tea cans. Wait, later in the conversation, Haley and Blank discuss going to Anthem so Haley can eat. Haley says, come pick me up. He said, I'm literally pulling up to my grandpa's. She said, wow, I want to hang. He said, deep as fuck. I'm overly far. Look, I'm sorry. I'm just going to call out the elephant in the room here. Like, yeah, the reason I said that this was such an odd case is because he is a victim. He is a child. She's getting played by a child. And she's like letting herself get played. If you read these texts from your homegirl talking to an adult man, you would be telling her to block him. She said, nah, you got to go to sleep. He said, drive to Flag. He told her to drive to him. She said, right, so nothing we can do tonight. He said, I mean, you can Uber here. Anthem ain't too far. He said, I'll let you in. To your grandpa's? And he said, and then in the morning, you can drive my car home. So he is telling her, you can come to my house and do whatever they do. You can Uber here. You can pay for the Uber and come here. And then you can drive me home in my car. He was just complaining about driving the 72 miles. And then he says, hey, if you come over and you Uber here, I'll let you drive my car back. The thing that he doesn't want to do because he just complained about driving. She said, what can I do at your grandpa's for real? I'm capable of driving, not gonna lie. Oh, she's down for it. He said, then my car is stuck out here. LOL, eat me. IDK. She said, well, yeah, duh. But what about your grandpa? Mark said, he's almost 70. He'll be asleep. She's like, okay, but be so realistic right now. Me pulling up is weird. And by the time I get to you, it would be late. But like, I want to. This is the child. The next series of messages, Haley and Mark discuss where to get food. Haley says Mark can get your nut off with me. She offers her services. It appears as some messages are missing based on the progression of the conversation. Mark also asks Haley to get the dispo, which through my training and experience is slang for marijuana dispensary. I can also affirm through my training and experience that the dispo is the dispensary. To pick up marijuana products and meet up with Haley at a later time to pick it up. Are we picking up drive-through? Like, what's the vibe? The vibe is you're 25. He said, I don't got all day. I got to get ready and leave at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Probably like car mukbang. Then Mark sends her a request for money. Haley sends the requested amount via Apple Pay. You know you could always get your nut off with me. You're sick. God forbid a girl offers her services. Oh, these are the actual messages. He said, you're funny. She said, but I'm also serious. Just call me if you're feeling crazy. And Mark said, and that's what's funny. Maybe tonight. She said, or we could keep it PG and get froyo. Mark said, I feel bad. I want to go to the dispo, but I can't. I have dinner right now and have to pack and shit is going to close by the time I can leave. So I'm asking you if you can go for me and just pick it up and I'll hit you up when I'm done with dinner. Hey, bitch, send me money. Send me more money. Take me to the dispensary because I'm not 18 and can't buy any weed and drive my car back 72 miles. By the way, give me some more money, suck my dick, and then actually, I don't want to go to the dispensary, but can you go there and pick it up and bring it back to me? I got to be up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. She said, yeah, I can do that. So you want me to grab something from the dispo and come to you? I'm still here at Sushi downtown, so that buys you some time. He said, no, don't come straight here. Wait till I text you. Don't text me though. Okay? Yes, just get infused. Any flavor, to be honest. Same thing. Don't text, but infused. 2 grams. I'll text you later. Haley, so maybe this is coming up later. I'm not sure, but Haley said, just stay at my place. I'll drive you to the airport tomorrow. Joking. And he said, low key. might ask you to. She said, whatever, I'm on my way now. If you don't hear from me in 15, send a search party because I probs crashed from falling asleep. He said, go down the street behind mine and come to the other side of my house. So this is another day where she's still trying to meet up with him. Go down the street behind mine and come from the other side of my house, like the back part where the two streets connect. So she's probably been here before, the way he's describing it. She said, if you can't, just let me know and I'm going to dip. And he said, okay, come to house. She said, I did. He said, are you going to be my daily allowance service for this trip? Do we set a benchmark? Or do I just buy the item? What are we thinking here? Haley said, this sounds like an official business deal. He laughed at that and said, I don't care about deal, more so about communication. And she said, yeah, communication is always good. Don't get too crazy with demands, but I'm sure we can work something out. He said, LMAO, nothing you haven't seen before, probably just when I'm hungry. I'm finna eat probably at this connection in Houston. It's fun. Anyways, get some food. And then he requested money. Teachers don't have a lot of money. Is anybody in here a teacher? Imagine one of your students is just Apple requests. Yo, I'm trying to eat. Haley, babe, I'm trying to eat. Apple request. Apple request. She sends him a photo. It's her outside tanning. Her neck is exposed in red. Her head is slightly tilted to the side, so she's doing like a little photo like this. And on her neck is a small red mark towards her throat. He said, oh, goodness. She sends the money, and he says, you're going to have skin cancer. And she said, talking about the hickey. I guess he gave her a hickey, and she took a picture. He said, hey, sugar mommy, nice to hear from you at the perfect time. Look at you being telepathically connected. She laughs at his comment. Yeah, better suck up right now because I cried. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, better suck up right now because I cried myself to sleep last night because you didn't say love you back. Also, I decided I don't like the title of sugar mommy. It makes me feel used. At what point do we switch from predator to dumb bitch? Or maybe it's just like both. Because like I'm telling you, if I had a friend that was talking to an adult man and they told me that this is the conversation that was going on, I would blow up her phone aggressively. I would tie her phone to a pipe bomb and blow it up in the middle of the fucking desert. And she would not be allowed to have a phone ever again. But you know what makes this worse? Miss Beck is talking to a child. Miss Beck is competing with one of her fellow teachers for a child. I also decided I don't like the title of sugar mommy. It makes me feel used. He said, oh gosh, what title do you prefer? Cry baby? She said, watch it. I'm being drama. I didn't cry, but I was visibly shocked. Darling or doll always suffices. She said, call me some old ass names. Doll. Oh my God. We don't see the times between this, but I think we can all agree this is what happened. Haley said, darling or doll always suffices. He does not reply for a period of time because his next message says, I fell asleep. Big whoop. And then he sends a request for money. Sugar baby requesting money from doll face sugar mama. She asked him to call her darling or doll. He ignored the test and then came back and then sent her a money request. Haley said, if I cut you off from the money benefit from all this, I really fear you would never speak to me. He laughs. IDK if we should try to find out. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. She said, is that a threat? I think you would miss me for just a little bit. But enjoy your expensive Fort Lauderdale pregnant lady beach tacos. Do you guys think she's going to send the money? He laughs. He liked. And then he just said, probably. And she said, nah, I was just thinking how we started off. Literally nothing to do with money. How did we get to this point? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He said, man. He just one word back. Holy fucking shit. She said, back when you liked me for me and not my bank. You also sometimes like me for something that doesn't even require money. But obviously no can do right now. I thought you meant the little skills challenge thing. And he laughs at a message and says, nah, whatever you was doing the other night with But whatever you was doing the other night with your tongue, don't let that get out of your inventory for real. Keep that in your back pocket, ready to go. She said, gotta catch me today before my period starts tomorrow, I think. Haley sent a gif of Kevin James. You sent the boy a gift? Girl! That's like asking him if he has ever seen a specific episode of The Twilight Zone. He pings the money request again. And then she said, gotta catch me today before my period starts. And he thumbs down that. And he said, I don't know what this 1212 is. It might be an emoji or something. Haley said, what does the helicopter mean? And why did you thumbs down that? The fuck? She sends another gif from The Incredibles. Okay, mysterious helicopter. He said, propeller motions. He might be sending some type of helicopter or airplane emoji. If that was true, if I was talking to somebody and they were not responding to me, but instead replying to my text messages with a react airplane emoji, I would cease to exist. She said, okay, mysterious helicopter. He said, propeller motions. What does that mean? Next to a tongue? Like what? Right after you disliked a message to seeing me today? Lots of mixed signs here. Bitch, I don't think they're mixed. I'm sorry. I shouldn't call you a bitch. They're not mixed, Haley. They're not mixed. He said, I won't be seeing you today unless you pick me up from the airport and just devour my shit. She said, I thought I can't since you have to go get your dad. Haley, IDK how I'm supposed to devour you if I'm driving and dropping you off. He said, at the crib, out front. Haley said, ugh, it's so sus doing it during the day. But okay, whatever you say. He said, come inside. Nah, chill. Car it is. Haley said, if no one was home, then yeah, preferably that. But I guess I'll settle for being a rebellious teen. He said, yep, just like always. A big kid stuck in high school. Fucking a high schooler. Shit's crazy. The world we live in, am I right? She said, like, why are you complaining and making me feel bad? He said, not necessarily complaining. Clutch. Sugar mama for real. Porn start. All the perks for real. Cars, hotels, even the apartment. What a gal. She said, yeah, and all the while you have a GF on the side, but at least you know that I'm not going to start arguments with you randomly. IDK if this is supposed to be a compliment or offensive. He said, compliment. You're just not in a porn star body. That's all. I live a wild life. What can I say? She said, and there's the insult. He puts a whole bunch of emojis again. He said, is it really an insult if it's just a fact? She said, so this is you admitting you have a GF, because if that's the case, I'm not doing nothing with you. He said, oh, I don't have a GF for real. She said, okay, thank you. I really hope you aren't trolling me though. Because weirdly, if you had a girlfriend, that's when I would cut off everything. Not if you were a minor or a 16-year-old child, or if you were literally running game on me as a child, or not if you were calling me out for being a weird fucking bitch. It's crazy when the 16-year-old can see your trauma better than you can. He said, just a big kid fucking a high schooler. She kept going. You guys know how hard she's about to get clowned in jail? And then also, I got a question. I got a question for the culture, the climate, you know? How do you guys think Noah Beck is going to move through this? Reminder that Haley is the sister of a really popular online creator. Like this guy, I know some of you guys don't like know who he is or anything, but just imagine he's like a popular creator. Like that kid is going to get bullied for having a pedophile sister that got ran game on. Like I don't know what to say. And like shit, dude, it's not really his fault. I don't think the kid knew. Of course he didn't know that his sister was doing this. And also, you know what's like what actually makes it even worse and kind of makes me feel bad for Noah Beck? Part of the reason why this kid is running game on this fucking teacher so hard is because the fact that she's Noah Beck's sister makes her more enticing to anybody, you know? And so Noah Beck is like basically getting used in one of the worst ways possible and doesn't even know that it's happening. That is where I would cut everything off. Not like us being cool, just like my physical and money services. Do you think he's going to keep texting you if you're not doing stuff? You know he's not. You just said that a minute ago. She said, so I hope you aren't just lying to keep it. Nah, for sure. I mean, if I was 27 and had a BF that was a cop while I'm breaking the law with my student, I'd probably be conservative with my services as well. He said, but IDK, I don't have any experience. That's just a thought. She said, really only like 20 away. It's not too bad. So I'll leave the gym when you get here. So this is their next set of conversation. She kept talking to him after this. He said, I just left. She said, okay, so should I leave? He said, I'm just trying to get my dick sucked. So you let me know. She said, yeah, so I can leave now. I'll be there in 20. He said, all right. She said, I'm like 5 away. Do you want me to pull up in front of your house? He said, a little before, not in a light. She said, be there in 2. I can't believe this. I can't wrap my head around this. Okay, so this is the next set of conversations. Haley texts him another day and says, let me know if you need me tomorrow during your tattoo time because I'm going to be in Scottsdale, but then I have to make my way back over here by 6 for Pilates. But then, after you're not doing anything, we can get froyo. My period started. I have an excuse. but I think I can still use my mouth. Isn't Haley Beck like 25? Yo, are any of y'all like my age or like in your 30s or something, but like not this fucking millennial? Like Haley is 25, 26. But she sends, she's 27. What the fuck? 27. I think she's 27. Yeah. Haley is 27, but she sends Incredibles gifts. She loves Froyo. She has to be at Pilates by 6. Like, girl, you older than me. That is the most millennial shit I ever heard. And it's also, I'm so sorry. Obviously, I mean, the bulk of it is, this is some pedo shit. But I also just gotta say, girl, you out here trying to relive your youth and acting as old as possible. You know not to send them Incredibles gifts to a little boy. If you want tequila later, you'll have to meet me somehow or wait till I'm done. He said, yeah, when you're done, but not tequila, just a big bottle of whatever that will get us drunk. But we're drinking Crown when we get there, so something that will mix with the Crown. She said, let me just get buzz balls. Those will knock you out. He said, bet. Get a biggie. Blue one. In these messages, Haley and Mark are having a conversation about Mark breaking up with his girlfriend. During this thread, Haley asks when Mark wants her to suck his dick. This occurred on July 5th, 2025. Haley says, but was mainly asking so you could come to my place again sometime. Unless you found others to do stuff for you now, apparently. I knew that was going to happen, to be honest. Like, you chose to be the nice guy. There's no compromise in breakups, but somehow she's going to do the same shit. Like, do it now when you have the opportunity to be the one that didn't do anything wrong, or else the cycle will keep going. This is Haley trying to get Mark to break up with his girlfriend. She said, but your life, do you? I just feel like you are so ready to be done. Hopefully, you still enjoy me sucking your dick, so let me know when you want me to do that. Ladies, you can't even send these messages to fellow adults. You look like a fucking loser. When somebody degrades you this way, you stop talking. Do not speak. Go do anything else. This is some loser shit, bro. And honestly, she got played by a kid that showed how much of a loser he was. When he says these things, and like, it's interesting because like the kid is a victim, but he's using a lot of male tactics that you see in dating. He wants to see how far he can push her to degrade and humiliate herself and violate her own boundaries. The level of self-betrayal that Haley has displayed in these conversations is astounding, okay? I fucking hate myself and I would never do this shit. She said, let me know when you still want me to suck your dick. In these messages, Haley and Mark have a conversation about the Kesha concert. Oh, that Haley intended. God, Haley, you're so fucking old, dude. There's a reference about Haley performing oral sex. Then Haley blatantly tells Mark she will suck your dick tomorrow. Haley, no, for real. I can't wait to put this burrito in my mouth. Yes, I have a car. Why? He said, wow. Want to put something else in your mouth? And she said, I mean, yeah, dumb question. He said, all right, for sure. Let me know when you're outside. She said, nah, I wish, but I'm going to stay the night at a friend's. That's why I'm staying tomorrow. He said, darn. She said, I know. Bummer. What are you doing tomorrow? He said, take your 30-year-old ass home. Fuck are you having sleepovers for? Shaking my damn head. I'm hungry. Fuck, my house is empty. Going to sleep. She said, because I drank and I'm being responsible. About to smoke a selfie. He said, here we go. She said, brother, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll suck your dick then. Brother, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm going to suck your dick. Brother, what's up? Trying to get your dick sucked? Brother, is that dick ready for a sucking? Like, Haley, go back to the Kesha concert. This is, Noah Beck might have to disown his sister. Imagine somebody texts you, brother, you trying to fuck? What the? She said, brother, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll suck your dick then. He said, you're going to pass out. IDK yet. She said, I know, after I eat this burrito. Okay, well, add me to your plans. He said, if I get an opening, I should. She said, oh, cut it out. You don't know what you're doing, but saying if you get an opening. Interesting. Like, prioritize me if you want my mouth around your dick. Another dynamic about this that I think is really disgusting and predatory is that part of the reason why Haley is going after a child is because she assumes that he should be easier to manipulate. She assumes that because he is 16, I think he's about 16, and she's in power, that, well, all I have to do is give this child sex, or I have to give him money, like these resources, and then I will be important. But the kid is just, I mean, I hate this. It's true. The kid is smarter than her. Like, he sees exactly what she is. He pushes a button and says, yep, exactly. Turns around, sees how much he can disrespect her. But she thought that this would be a situation where she would be in power. Haley offered her vehicle to Mark and asked if he had driven it, which he declined. She asked him to take her car through the car wash to have it vacuumed. She also complained of a sore throat and that she would need a break. The following occurred. I need approximately a 1-day break from sucking dick. My throat is not well. He said, you can have it until Monday. She said, nah, I can go as early as Saturday. I'm a champ. Gotta get it out of my system before I leave for Cali. Haley offers oral sex to Mark. This occurred at 11 p.m. Night, hit me tomorrow for brekkie, lunch, dinner, movie, suck, you name it. I'm a free bird tomorrow. Oh! Haley confronts Mark about a video that a student had said another student had seen. This occurred on July 16th. Haley said, hi, sorry, I have a serious question/problem. He said, what's up? She said, why did blank just randomly text me saying she heard some crazy stuff about me? So I said, what? And she said, blank said, apparently you were going through your phone pics and showed a video of me sucking your dick. IDK when or to who, but why is that a thing? He said, who is so-and-so? And Haley said, so-and-so's GF. And he said, that's wild. Pretty crazy rumor. She said, I mean, scary thing is it's not a rumor. And he said, says who? Sounds like a rumor to me. She said, well, it's not a rumor that you have a video, if not multiple, but I'd like to hope that you weren't dumb enough to show your guy friends or even tell them. She said, like, I'm not going to be mad, but clearly he knows about all the shit that we do, and that is more than I wanted him to know in the first place. But as long as no one else knows, like, all I've ever cared about is if you're honest about that part. She wants him to keep the secret. Blank goes, why is blank calling blank his baby mama? The next series of messages, Haley and blank discuss oral sex. She said, like, I'll stay up if you will come. Yeah, but turn your brain off for a few then. And he said, and just get my balls licked. She said, sure, if that's what you want. I can't even read that. She sends more derogatory messages, but then like, come now if you're still available. So after having a conversation about the fact that he recorded her and distributed the material without her knowing, she is still talking to him about having sexual relations with him. Okay. So she said, but like, come now if you're at all available, or just confirm you'll come at 11 so I know to stay up. She's anxious and she wants confirmation that he's not going to bail on her. But before I get too tired to perform well, why would I get in my car and drive to you when you're already out? He said, bro. She said, to bring something for some randos. He said, if you want to eat the dick, just say that. She said, I wasn't even getting at that, but shit. He said, right? She said, I also have stuff to do, so I won't trap you here. So are you coming or I'm here? Bring this down. Bro, you blow my shit every chance you get. Shh, like, oh my God. She said, yeah, you should have now. You'll never have the chance again. He said, yeah, whatever. I don't like liars. She said, who's lying? He said, you. When I visit home, I'm coming to beat them cheeks up. She said, I smiled, but then said, ew. He said, freak. She said, if my shit was weak, what's the point even? He said, cry me a river. When are you going to come home to visit then? Nah, no need for me to cry. I'll just suck your dick and you can shut up about it. Okay. Next, Haley brings up the other teacher. Now, remember, there's a whole other teacher here that is like, you know, talking to other students on Snapchat, sending them nudes and whatnot. That is Angela Burlaka. So she brings that up again. Haley said, in a group with Burlaka for our meeting, feels so wrong. He laughed at feels so wrong. And he's probably laughing at that comment because he's like, bitch, you doing the same thing as her. Don't be judging her. Haley said, what was the pic you sent me over Snap? Like, what did it say? He said, IDK. She said, I thought I saved it, but I guess I didn't. In the next set of messages, Haley and Mark are discussing meeting. Haley says, your roomie want in on the action too? I'm kidding. He said, wow, you really are just a bucket. Like you would dead do that shit, I feel like. Haley said, Mark, you're insane. A bucket? Bro, he could very well be a minor and I would never do this for a stranger. What? Bro, he could very well be a minor and I would never. What the fuck are you saying, dude? He said, cool, sounds good to me. Haley sends a screenshot of lyrics with the caption, forget Teenage Dream. This is my new song to you. I'm sorry. Is this message telling me that at some point she told him that Teenage Dream by Katy Perry was her song to him? And what's the new song? What's replacing Teenage Dream? Forget Teenage Dream. This is my new song to you. This screenshot lyrics are the following. You can hit it in the morning. Yeah, like it's yours. I know it ain't right, but I don't care. Break up with you. It's Ariana Grande! She sent him Break Up With Your Girlfriend on Board by Ariana Grande. He responded, Jesus Christ. She said, he, oh, relax. Live a little. Mark thanks Haley for everything she has done for him. Haley responded by questioning why he was thanking her, and it felt like a goodbye. She then mentions beat them cheeks up in their last hurrah. He said, thank you for all the things you do and have done. Click the accept though. I'm at counter 12. Haley, why are you thanking me? It's making it seem like you're done with me. He said, nah, I'm just not finna be as available because I'm gone. Haley sends him money. He said, yeah, no. She said, yeah, no, I know this, but like available over text and call, you know? I'll see you this weekend when you're available for our temporary last hoorah. This message, Mark sent Haley a screenshot of a message I had sent. During this time, Mark was actively avoiding police. My name is Detective Kraber with the police department. I have a search warrant for your phone and need you to turn it over. If you do not, you could face criminal charges for failing to obey a court order. If you prefer, we could contact you at your new school in California. Please call this number to verify I am in fact a police officer. Respond to this number to coordinate the surrender of your phone. Thank you. The officer sent this to Haley on August 1st. Oh, wait. Hold on. Mark sent this message to Haley with the caption, don't text me. Okay, so Mark sent the screenshot of the police person texting him. So after seeing the amount of Cash App requests, I added each time that Mark requested Haley sent money. These are the following dates and times and amounts along with any significant note during the transaction. So this is her just sending him cash. This is so embarrassing. The next part of this police document is them going through all of her recently deleted and finding all the messages that she never sent to him. Like this one. Okay, IDK if you get annoyed at this being so long or whatever, but whenever I bring this up in person or on the phone, this convo is only being prolonged because you don't know how to communicate. She infantilizes him to continue to hope that she will date him one day. And yes, I'm sorry, but that's the least you could do for me. I've only texted the last couple of days because it feels like you're weird towards me and I want to figure out why and fix it. If you want, this can be the last time I waste words on you, but I feel like you can only understand how I feel. Like this is a message that she wanted to send him and like never did. Are those the last messages they ever sent? What? An interesting combination of what not to do in your career, what not to do as an adult person, and what not to do if you're, I don't know, not trying to humiliate yourself, push all of your boundaries, lose all your morals. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I like that. You know, this is an example, like somebody in chat said, of what not to do ever.